What's up guys? We're going to do another video today where we're going to address this very common question. The question being, why do I struggle so much to pitch my services to my clients? Maybe you're a physio, you're a chiro, maybe you're a dietitian, maybe you're a personal trainer, but you struggle to pitch your service because you're scared that the price you charge is not going to be worth it, or you're ripping your client off, or you're just doing something unethical with the pricing. Either way, you don't feel very good about it. To really break this down, I have to ask you 3 questions, and these 3 questions will determine whether you'll be able to overcome this hesitation of yours, or you're going to stay exactly where you are and probably always struggle to charge the prices that reflects the value you provide. Okay, first question. Is it a cost or is it an investment? So the reason why this question is important is because there are people who buy things without thinking about it because they see it as an investment. For example, in Sydney, there are plenty of people who would not hesitate to buy a house if they're in the market for a house, because to them, buying a house means it's an investment in the future. You might buy it as an investment property, or you might buy it because you want to set up the home for your future generations. So even though it's an outlandish sum, it seems worth it because there's a level of return that you get from it. And so they perceive it as an investment. Now, there are other purchases that we make where we see it as a cost. And no matter how much we try and justify it to ourselves, the cost always feels like it's a loss. There's not really a return to it. It more feels like just something that we have to do. A good example of this is something like insurance. Not many people like to pay insurance even though they know that insurance itself could cover them in case an accident goes wrong. So that's the difference between cost and investment. Now the question for you is, right now, for yourself as a clinician, do you see spending on health as a cost, or do you see it as an investment? Because if you see it more as a cost, then you will always think of it as a cost for your patient as well. Now, the easiest way to fix the cost versus investment problem is if you spend an amount of money on health as an investment. So if you're a physio, then go find a physio that you trust, that you want to learn from, and go pay them for a few sessions so you can see exactly how it feels to be treated at a $180 price point or a $200 price point. And you actually understand that if you're going to be paying this money, you feel like deep down it's worth it. Another way to do it is to pay for a health service that's outside of your own scope. So for example, you might want to go see a kickboxing coach or a Muay Thai coach, or you want to go to a recovery center and you want to pay for what they offer. And while you're enjoying that service, think to yourself, would I pay for this? Because if the answer is yes, then you've just proven to yourself that health can be an investment. Now, the second question that you have to ask yourself is, do I actually believe in the value that I provide for my patients? Now think about this very, very carefully, because value isn't just the exercises or the manual therapy that you're giving. Value is the problem that you're trying to solve for them. So if somebody comes to you with knee pain or pelvic floor pain or back pain, do you believe that getting them out of pain, restoring their function, and bringing them back to a healthy lifestyle is valuable? It's not about you giving them manual therapy. It's not about the massage. It's not about the exercises. It's about the problem that you solve. So my question to you, do you believe that the problem you're solving for them is actually valuable? And I'm not talking about the money. I'm just saying in general, is it a valuable problem to solve? If you answered no to this question, that is, you don't believe that it's valuable to get out of pain, to return to function, to have a healthy lifestyle, then I got bad news for you. I don't think you're in the right field, because if you yourself don't value it, then how are you going to sell the value to somebody else? To fix this problem, you have to think about what health has done for you in your own life. But don't think too shallow. We don't want to think about just losing weight or getting fitter. You want to think about the deep psychological benefits that it's had for you. Has working out improved your confidence? Has it given you the ability to hang out with your friends? Has it given you the ability to work and to make money and to give back to maybe your parents or your community? You have to dig deep and understand the value of your own health and how your health journey has made you a better person in order to understand how that same thing is going to make the person in front of you, your patient, have a better life and ultimately have more value from their treatment sessions? And the third and most important question you're going to have to ask yourself is, would I buy? Would you pay for your own services? Or you know what? Would you ask your mum to pay for your own service? Now, this is a very, very interesting question because most people I've asked, they actually stutter and they're not sure whether they would pay for their own service. Now, if you're not going to pay for your own service, how are you going to charge anyone comfortably for your service? So here's how you fix it. Well, there's only two ways to fix this. If you feel like you wouldn't pay for your service, then either go down in price because you don't value it very much, which I'm sure most of you guys don't want to do, or you have to find a way to make it worth it. So the question to ask yourself is, what do I want to see in my own service that would help me comfortably sell it to myself? Because if I can sell it to myself, then I can sell it to somebody else. So for example, when I was creating my coaching offer, my online coaching was upwards of 120 per week. And at that time, I think I was one of the highest charging online coaches in the field that I was in. So I thought to myself, okay, well, I can't really offer something that somebody else is giving because, well, there's no reason why they should pay me this much more money when I'm giving the same thing. From a business perspective, that makes no sense. So I created webinars. I created a new programming system. I responded to messages 24/7 almost. I made sure that my level of service was so high and so creative that it justified the price point that I was giving. Now, what you have to understand is this. If you tell yourself that you would not pay for your own service right now, then you're probably doing a shit job. And if you're doing a shit job, you're not going to feel right charging a price that reflects what you probably want to make. I'm sure you want to make more money. And if you want to make more money, you have to give more service. If you want to give more service, you have to find ways to get better and better and better so that when you do pitch a $150, $180, $200 session, your patient is going to look at you and think, man, that was such a bargain. So to recap, the 3 questions that you want to ask yourself if you are struggling to pitch your services is cost versus investment. Is health for you, not for the patient, for you? Do you see it as a cost or an investment? Number 2, make sure you're clear on the value that health has provided for your life so that you can see the value that you can provide for somebody else's life. And 3, if you're not comfortable with buying your own service, then you have to design a service that you would be comfortable buying. Hope this helps, guys. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and share it with a friend. Thanks, guys. Bye.